What's up again, fam? We got 2 in one day. Hallelujah. Actually, it's about 4 in one day. I've been posting all over the place. I was sent a link to the article I'm going to link in the description of this video. You need to go read it. Because the thing with the federal government, the supremacy of the federal government, and them creating these national sweeping laws, look what this person is suggesting that they do. We are working our way to the federal government creating all laws and the whole country being policed by a federal policing force, with all of them having, there's a difference in, for example, if you was to step on a sheriff's toe or then step on a DA agent's toe. It's 2 totally different ball games you're playing with there. One of them, you might get a slap on the wrist. The other one, you're going to be facing a decade of your life in prison. And this is what this person is suggesting. They're suggesting that screw 230, we ain't got to worry about it. Use these chat rooms as honeypots for the FBI, DEA. Now, these fuckers are saying whatever they want now. If you speak a certain way about a certain group of people, you can say whatever you want. I mean, whatever you want. I've seen some of the craziest shit said that I can't believe people are even saying out in public now, and not winding up in a federal prison, because that's just the time we're in right now. I don't agree with it, but it's happening. What's funny is you can say one thing and change one word in the sentence, only being the noun in the word or in the sentence, and that determines of whether or not it's okay and we cheer it on, or it's not okay and you deserve federal prison time. This is bad. Bad in a way I'm not sure most people imagine. One of my subs think that a lot of the people see this because states are trying to nullify these laws. They're not actually trying to nullify the law. If the states want to nullify it, here's what they would do. They would write a letter to the president and say, hey, you are the chief of the executive branch. If you let any of your agents step foot inside of any of our states, we will arrest them. They have no arresting powers in our states. They have no enforcement powers in our states. Stay the fuck out of our states. Instead, they want to create laws. And like a buddy of mine, I'd say he's a buddy, is way responsible for the Second Amendment Preservation Act in Missouri. When this first came to be, I don't know, 2 years ago, a couple years ago, we got into it about this. I got into it with David Burden about this. My sub that passed away recently, because he was involved in this also. You are allowing the state to grant you your privileges when they are creating laws saying you have that right. That makes it where it's no longer a right. And I get it. Like, I get how somebody would see it as, oh, they're trying to nullify no, they're not. They don't need to nullify it. All the governor has to do is say, we are done. Stay out of our states. We will arrest any federal agent acting in an enforcement capacity in our state. They will be facing decades in jail. There's no reason to create a law saying that you have the right to do anything. We need to stop creating laws and relying on government to create laws. We need to start repealing laws so that we can be freer. Every law there is, I don't even care. And people are so, and I'm not talking bad about everybody here, so don't think that. People are so quick to jump on something that they believe benefits them. Me, I default to the Constitution, whether it hurts me or helps me, and there is times that it actually, you could say that it hurts me. For example, national reciprocity. Oh, that's great. Everybody should be able to carry a gun everywhere. I agree with that too. We don't need a law saying that. We need to repeal the laws that say you can't. Where's the Supreme Court at striking these laws down? That's what needs to be happening. Instead, they're painting us into a corner. And, well, back up for a second. And like people like these large YouTube channels jump on it. Oh, this is the greatest thing ever. Hell yeah, fucking A. Rock on. Call your congressman. Tell me to buy him lunch. But then when the same congressman wants to create a law they don't agree with, they're like, oh no, call your congressman and tell him no. We got to be on this. We got to watch this one. Fear porn, fear porn, fear porn. When really they could just say the truth. Everybody could, and educate people, because a lot of people don't know about it. Believe it or not, I know that I know this. I know that you probably know this. The vast majority of people do not know this. The vast majority of people, if you ask them, standing in Missouri, does the state law trump the fed law, or does the fed law trump the state law? Most people are going to say the federal law trumps state law. It's not true, because federal laws are not enforceable within the states constitutionally. They do it because we allow them to do it, and they do it because the state governments are in on it. It's about money. The federal government funnels currency, worthless currency, to the states to do whatever, and by doing so, they basically sign contracts. Even in this article, you will see where they're talking about contractual obligations between police departments, fire departments, and the federal government. Scary times, my friends, scary times. I got the new Freedom Inc. merch on. I like it. I think it's we just made a new logo where it doesn't have the period, so we can blow it up about 3% more. I think it's fine. I think it's perfect how it is. I love it. Like, I love it, dude. Like, I was super excited when this shit came out. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy it all. I love it. Hopefully people like it. Maybe not so much. Even people, I made stuff specifically for people. They're like, hey, make this shirt, make this hoodie. And I made it, and I took the time to make it, and then they don't buy it. So I probably won't be doing that anymore. I'll probably just be all like Freedom Inc. stuff. Like strictly Freedom Inc. stuff with stuff that we come up with. And like I said, if you buy it, that's awesome. We're going to get this website up and going. That's the number one goal right now. If we can do that, then we are censor free. With the exception of some shit happening like what happened to Parler, which you'd have to get really big for them to worry about you in that manner, I think. But even if that happens, we happen to know somebody that has what's it called? A server rack. And if we have to, we'll go that route and use their servers. But stuff like that, it all costs money, man. And that's what we're trying to do. I'm not bitching at you and saying, hey, send me money. I know times are hard right now. But if we can't communicate, we can't say we have to censor what we're saying or what we're talking about and speaking code shit, man, fuck that. That ain't this country. I mean, like, there's going to come a point in time where somebody, you know what? You know what could solve this? If there was enough people that would be willing to protect one person, and that one person could just say something. Could just say something that's not immoral. That's not even necessarily illegal. No, it wouldn't be illegal. It wouldn't be a call to action. But one person could say something, but then they would have to be protected because they would have everybody after them. And it would be I think it could really be the start to fixing all this. Because we're not going to fix it through legislation. You're not going to fix it through the Second Amendment Preservation Act in Missouri. You know, one of the problems with the Second Amendment Preservation Act, which they plan on taking up a second year, and I get it, they don't, you can't, drive something in right away. Like, oh, we're going to be arresting cops and federal officers and blah, 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 blah. You can't do that. I get it. But you have to stand somewhere. And you stand on the side of what's right. Even if it's against you, you stand on the side of what's right. Even if it works against your goals, stand on the side of what's right. Because standing on the side of what's wrong when it benefits you is going to hurt you badly when it doesn't.